This week on Ferris in Focus. First, we visit the Card Wildlife Center in Big Rapids Life. In Politics 411, we hear opinions on the closing of Guantanamo Bay. Next, go behind the scenes of SAE formula racing in Program Spotlight. The Vagina monologues are a controversial topic here at Ferris State. Find out what others think on What Do You Think? Then we meet Manan Bias, an international student from India in this week's Bulldog Story. Finally, learn how easy it is to fill out your FAFSA form in our How-To segment. Thanks for watching Ferris in Focus.
The Card Wildlife Education Center is a museum. It's a location on the campus of Ferris State University that is used by a number of visitors, both off-campus and on-campus, as a resource to learn about biology, to learn about wildlife, and to learn about ecology and environmental biology. We have a lot of visitors that come in either on their own or as part of a scheduled tour. Last year we had over 9,000 visitors, and about 2/3 of those come as part of a school group or another organization like a Boy Scout troop or a garden club or something like that. Almost all the specimens in the museum have come from Roger Card and his late wife, Deborah. Roger is an alumnus of the university, and he has donated very generously all of the mounts to be used for educational purposes.
Through our tours, we talk a lot about specific animals and their habitats and environments, the predator-prey relationships. The educational programs that we have also talk a lot about the environments and how the animals interact with the environment and other animals as well.
The Card Wildlife Center contains about 180 to 190 mounted wildlife specimens from around the world.
We have 5 different rooms in the Card Wildlife Center. We start off in the front with the North American room with animals from North America, and in the center of that room specifically from Michigan. Then we go back to our Africa room. Behind that is our Asia and Australia room. Behind that is one of our newest rooms. We call that our domesticated room. And then we come into this room here, and we call this the Horns and Antlers room, because we've divided the room in half and put animals with antlers on one side and animals with horns on the other.
So the large moose that's in the Wildlife Center was taken by Deborah Card, and it's from Alaska, and that's actually one of the things in the museum that we don't own. It still is Roger's, but he stores it here or displays it here. It is the world record Yukon Alaska moose, which means it's the largest moose ever taken, and that's measured according to the dimensions of its antlers. That subspecies of moose also turns out to be the largest subspecies of moose in the world, so you can say it is the largest moose specimen that's ever been taken in the world. So it's pretty special to have that here in the center. Another world record animal that we have in the center, at least it was at the time that it was taken, is the adult male lion that we have in our Africa room. At the time that that was taken, that was the largest lion ever taken. The animals are not behind glass. They're not behind a divider. You can get very close to the animals. And although that, from our point of view, we run the risk of them being damaged because of that, it also allows individuals and visitors, especially children, to get closer to the animals and maybe get a little bit more excited about it and maybe take a little bit more away from their visit.
Guantanamo Bay is a prison that has been operated by the Joint Task Force Guantanamo since 1987. The detainment camp is often referred to as the Guantanamo, or Gitmo. The very existence of the Guantanamo Bay Detainment Facility polarizes American politicians and citizens alike. There are those that believe the prison exists in stark contrast to the American principles of freedom and justice. Others insist that the prison remains operational to protect America and the American people against those who seek to do us harm. Either way, the prison is set to close within a year.
Those camps have to be shut down because they're so contaminated.
Well, I don't believe that closing Guantanamo Bay is if you close it, that's going to create a big problem with the global war on terror.
It's a big mess is what it is. What to do with these people, just take them on a case, close down Gitmo, take them on a case-by-case basis and go from there.
I think we have to go back and look at the options. And I think there are 4 options, maybe there are more. First is to have some kind of detainment center where there is no torture. We're detaining them, and why will we be detaining them? Well, we don't have the evidence. Maybe we will never have the evidence, and yet they're dangerous and a threat to our military personnel because of how they've been captured. The second would be to detain them in an area where they're subject to U.S. law and use the criminal process. The other option, which we've done, which is horrible, is we've handed these people over to other countries to torture them for us. Isn't that wonderful? The Egyptians, the Jordanians, the Syrians, the Iraqis. Then the fourth option is, and what I'm sort of want people to think about, is special courts, special tribunals.
I don't like the decision to shut it down primarily because we spent millions and millions and millions of dollars to build a high-security prison. It should be used for something. We shouldn't just waste that money, spend all those resources, then close it down and build them again someplace else.
Before we look to the future, however, we must look to the past. The Bush administration is one that stirs up many emotions in the hearts of Americans. The former president left office with the lowest approval rating in history, and most Americans view the administration as a failure. Most of the prisoners held at Guantanamo were placed there under the supervision of the Bush administration, and many of them have still not had any charges placed against them.
There's evidence there it's made the war on terror even more difficult to fight, because all it does is motivate those people who are in opposition to the United States and the goals of the United States. It makes us look really bad in the international world. And has it done anything to help prosecute those people? No, it's locked them up. And the prosecution means that they're brought before a tribunal and given their day in court. So they haven't been prosecuted. They've just been locked up and put in prison, put in jail. But oftentimes, again, with no charges whatsoever brought against them.
Many Americans still have questions about how Guantanamo Bay will be able to close without risking our nation's security. Where will these prisoners be relocated to? Will they receive access to United States courts, or will they all be placed before military tribunals?
In the past, what has happened is you're detained in a prisoner of war camp until the end of the war. In this case, how do we determine the end of the war? That's a problem.
I think the security risk is some of these people are going to have to be released because we clearly don't have enough evidence to try them. quite frankly, I don't even know where they might be welcome.
We may have 6 more weeks left of winter, but there is a bright spot. The biggest night in Hollywood, the Oscars. The Academy Awards, normally known as the Oscars, will be televised on February 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Here at Big Rapids, that's cable channel number 13. The winners will be voted on by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, which is composed of over 6,000 movie professionals. There are 24 different categories that recognize all aspects of film production. This year, there are a lot of big movies and big names that are up to win the 8.5-pound statue. Let's take a look at this year's nominee. Performance by an actress in a leading role: Anne Hathaway in Rachel Getting Married, Angelina Jolie in Changeling, Melissa Leo in Frozen River, Meryl Streep in Doubt, and Kate Winslet in The Reader. Performance by an actor in a supporting role: Josh Brolin in Milk, Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, Philip Seymour Hoffman in Doubt, Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, Michael Shannon in Revolutionary Road. Best Animated Feature Film of the Year: Bolt, Kung Fu Panda, WALL-E. Achievement in Art Direction: Changeling, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, The Dark Knight, The Duchess, Revolutionary Road. If you want to see a full list of the nominees, go to www.oscars.com. The website has everything you'll need to know about the Oscars, and it even has a countdown on the home page. You can even sign up for notifications for your mobile phone. Don't forget to tune into ABC on February 22nd at 8 p.m. for the Oscars.
Need a banner or sign? Innovative Graphics will provide you with the best to ensure your business or event stands out. We are an officially licensed provider to Ferris State University, and we also cater to the Crossroads Charter Academy as well as the Big Rapids area. We are your source for Greek apparel with hoodies starting under $50. We specialize in screen printing and embroidery, so bring in your design and we'll help you create the customized apparel you need. We are located across the bridge at 815 Maple Street. Visit our website at innovativegraphics.net.
Are you redecorating your home or just looking to update your existing living room, bedroom, or kitchen? The furniture experts at Vandry Home Furnishings are ready to help you choose furniture, appliances, and floor coverings that are comfortable, affordable, and fit your style. Vandry's has been family-owned and operated since 1953. Times may have changed, but our dedication to our customers has not. We proudly serve customers in Houghton Lake, Cadillac, Traverse City, and Big Rapids. We are open and provide delivery 6 days a week. Vandry Home Furnishings. You'll like the look, you'll love the price.
What this provides for a student, say in mechanical engineering technology, it gives them an opportunity to design something and then also manufacture it.
Back in spring of 2005, some students from the Mechanical Engineering Technology program decided they wanted to go to the SAE World Congress in Detroit, and they took a whole bunch of stuff down, set up a Ferris booth down there for the first time. They got introduced to the formula project by people from SAE, and they came back just gung-ho and burning.
They have to build a product within a certain budget, and they have to be able to market that product when it's done. And those are all very good experiences that students are subjected to. And it's good for Ferris because it shows what our students can do. It shows the quality of the work that they can do once they set their mind to it and how they've developed with their skills.
What I've learned is more of teamwork abilities. In a classroom, you're controlled more. You have set situations that you have to follow, and you have guidelines there that are more closely regulated as far as small group situations. In SAE, you are exposed to a larger group, basically the world, where you have worldly resources. You're dealing with worldly people from all different countries, all different backgrounds. So to get that exposure to other people, it's a skill that you just can't learn in the classroom.
Some parts are purchased. I would say probably 90% of the car is manufactured by the students.
most designers without manufacturing experience will design things that can't be manufactured. If they design something, they come to the shop, they try to make it or produce it themselves, they realize right away this is too difficult. The other thing this provides is we have the manufacturing students who are in the Manufacturing Engineering Technology program who will take a design from a mechanical engineer and attempt to produce that part, and they'll have difficulty, or they'll be able to make suggestions about how they could make that part more manufacturable. And there's a good interchange between design and manufacturing, those two functions, to design a part that's easily manufactured. That's something that we have a hard time duplicating in the classroom. They can get that experience here on Formula and Baja and human-powered vehicle. This is where we can give them that experience.
I learned a lot in Formula before I actually learned it in school. So when I got to the classes that I needed to learn to actually design the car, it wasn't really a refresher, but I mean I knew what I was going into, so the class wasn't a surprise. And then now that I am a junior in mechanical engineering, a lot of the work I do now, I can apply pretty much everything I learn into the car. So it really shows what we learn here at Ferris.
One of my jobs as far as the senior project goes is to do the testing and analysis on the suspension and the frame of the car. The way that we did this last year was to physically lift the car up on a crane, hook strain gauges to the suspension system, and drop it. So we did a dynamic impact test.
The engine in the Baja team's vehicle has to be a crate engine. In other words, it has to meet certain specifications. It's already manufactured. All we can do to that engine is maintenance. But as far as the car design, they have to design the car. They have to purchase the materials, cut the materials, fit them, weld them, and if they have to machine a part, it has to be drawn up. It has to be implemented into either a CNC mill or lathe, or just a conventional mill or lathe, and they manufacture the part there, or they'll manufacture the part here in the classroom.
Well, the competition basically is a competition between numerous universities. There's typically, I believe, about 110 or so universities that compete. This year we're in Wisconsin in June, where the terrain varies from flat dirt to jumps, 4-foot jumps or so, rock climbs, mud, pretty much anything that you can see in a four-wheeler terrain is what we go through. And we have to design the car to meet those specific goals on that specific track, depending on where it's at.
Benefit of being an SAE for students is that they have a great addition to their resume. It shows they've gotten involved, shows they've made things happen. They get great management experience, great experience working with people. The problem-solving skills that they develop. Companies recognize that, and sometimes you'll see jobs posted where the company wants somebody who has been a member of the Formula SA team, for instance. It's right in the job description.
There's a lot of brotherhood in the team. You get to meet, you meet the friends that you meet in Formula, and you have contacts later when you're out in industry, and they're most likely doing the same thing you're doing.
Hi everyone, I'm Keebler and this is your Technology Minute. On February 17th of this year, full-powered television stations will be broadcasting in digital only. What does this mean for you? Well, if you have cable, you're good. But if you receive your television through an antenna, you're going to need a digital converter box. These boxes down-convert the digital signal so that you can receive it on your analog television. The boxes cost about $50 and are available at most retailers. You can also apply online or over the phone for a $40 off coupon to help ease you into the digital transition. On January 16th, the Senate was presented with a bill that would delay the digital switch until June 12th of 2009. Although the Senate passed the bill, the House did not receive the two-thirds majority vote needed, and therefore the bill did not pass. Although the House will vote again, opponents say that people have had enough time to prepare for the digital switch. Proponents say that the delay is necessary in our times of economic crisis. Although the date has been set for a decade, there are still over 3 million people who are on the list to get a coupon for their digital converter box. If this passes, there will be a lot of people who will not receive a television signal on February 17th. Either way, the death of analog television is inevitable. Whether the switch happens now or later, you're going to have to get a digital converter box if you receive your television through an antenna. If you need more information, you can go to www.dtbanswers.com. There you will find useful tools like a countdown to February 17th, frequently asked questions, and a video to show you how easy it is to install your digital converter box. Thanks for watching. I'm Keebler, and this has been your...
I love the Vagina monologues. They really show women power on campus.
I have not been to them. I don't think I plan on going because I'm a male and I don't know much about the vagina.
I know it's a play, and that's about it. I think it's about chicks.
I think that the Vagina monologues are a great way to raise women's awareness issues and for the community to be involved between Ferris and Big Rapids.
Awesome. Right on.
Honestly, I think it's weird.
I don't know what the Vagina monologues is.
I didn't see the play, and I hear it's a comedy.
I think it's a good way to empower women and bring an idea and a focus on what's going on outside of the U.S.
I wish I've seen it before, but I haven't.
I think it's all right.
I think they're awesome. It gives women a voice to speak on stage and let you know what all our struggles are, because we are different.
I think more guys should go to it so they can see what actually goes on there, but it's a crazy, crazy time.
It's a good thing to raise money for the Wise Center, so.
I don't know, do they talk about STDs in the vagina monologues?
I've never even heard of the Vagina monologues.
I actually previewed some on YouTube, and they were quite interesting. Some were funny, but it make you look at women differently, like have more sympathy towards them.
I'm not sure what that is. Is that a movie? Is that a poem? I'm not sure. What is that?
I think the Vagina monologues are amazing. I am personally in them, and this is my first year doing it, and I think it's a great way to bring about awareness and in a fun way.
I've never seen it, so I've been meaning to see it. From what I heard, it's pretty funny.
We just bought buttons for it actually today. I love Vagina.
If my vagina could talk, it would say, I'm late for class.
Why do I eat at Mancino's? Well, because of its variety of delicious, affordable foods, and of course, I can't forget about the 10% discounts for all Ferris students. At Mancino's, I'm assured that all ingredients are prepared fresh daily. And most importantly, at Mancino's, we're all a part of the family. Mancino's is located at 544 South State Street in Big Rapids.
I chose Ferris because of the excellent things I heard about their pharmacy program here. I heard that it was one of the best in the country.
I have a lot of smaller classes where you get a good feel with the professors. So the classes I've taken so thus far is just hands-on, and it helped me out a lot just with understanding the material.
Ferris has improved my education because I came here after I got my associate's degree, so it helped me expand my knowledge and make it specialized.
I'm prepared into the business world and beyond.
It's been the best 4 years of my life.
My first name is Manan, and I'm an international student. I'm a senior majoring in automotive. My experiences growing up are kind of different from the people who are in Ferris State, because I grew up for 19 years back in India, and it's like two different places, two different worlds, two different education system, different people, different language. So it's been a good experience, I would say, but two different worlds. When I was in school, I was not a good student. I was an average student, and I also passed my classes easily, like 60, 65, which is a B plus. not an excellent student, but lots of my friends, they used to ace their classes, and by time and time I started my school, I went to like university, started working hard. I did 3 years of automotive engineering back in India, and I did from a state which is kind of Detroit of India, automotive hub, lots of automotive companies in that city. I did 1 semester in Chicago, and I was sitting on computer, and I Googled like bachelor's in automotive engineering technology, and the first site pop-up was Ferris State University, and that's how I got the contact number. I started calling the international student department, and I was looking for a bachelor's. I already had associates in automotive and looking for bachelor's. International student, basically, when I came to Ferris State, trust me, I started registration, and I mean, if you're an international student, you have like tons of papers and documentation process whole time, and I was lacking behind everywhere. I have been to some bad phases before, like real bad time, where I'm like, I'm done. I can't do anymore, And there was a time, I used to just stop by international student department, and they are just, if you got any problems, there's a solution, always. In my life, I never ever had seen the snow before. I came to the United States, first time, winter, chilly, freezing cold. I never knew anyone, like not a single person in Ferris State. Times, like school started, went to classes, started making friends, and today's the day. I can't even like count how many friends I have, and it's a great place. Bulldog means to me, I would say, a fighter who never gives up, always fight till end, and that's what I believe in. Don't give up.
Hi, my name's Jeff, and today I'm going to be filling out my FAFSA application online. The FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. You can access the application at www.fafsa.ed.gov. First step of the FAFSA is to apply for a PIN. You can just click on Students and Parents Apply for PIN, and then go to the PIN website, which there's a link right at the bottom here. You just click on that, it'll take you there. And now is the info about you, where you'd fill out your personal information. I'll select the 0910 FAFSA. And then I'll enter in my social security number. This is a demo application, so I will enter in the demo social security number. The next step is to answer the questions on your dependency status, which will determine what you'd be eligible for the FAFSA. It asks if I will provide parental information, in which I would select I will and click Next, and continue on providing my parents' information. Then this is about me, if I've completed my IRS income tax return for 2008. I'll select I already completed. And I did the 1040 easy. It asks my gross, and how much I made, and if I will receive veteran education benefits. Then it asks to figure out the federal school code, which for Ferris it's 002260. If you didn't know that code, you could click Find School Code and search it that way. And the final step is to review the FAFSA and apply signatures. And then the same for my parents. And I agree to the terms of the FAFSA and then submit my FAFSA now. At that point, the FAFSA application is completed. Once again, my name is Jeff, and it's been a pleasure helping you go through the FAFSA online application.